Yo guys, it's up Shadow here and welcome back to some more Space Engineers. Alright, so if you haven't caught the stream, I built a few things. First of all, a complicated sorting system that lets me transfer ores into this container here, so I can just dump ores and then go off and mine again. And it doesn't allow ores to go back on the ship, but it allows normal items to flow past this container. It's a complicated system. Anyways. Then of course I got the connector here to connect to my beautiful, now painted and lit up spaceship mining thingy. And what else? I connected all of these up. They are now fully fledged facilities with modules and whatnot, and then I have a little conveyor sorter here that pulls components into this thing. I have a hydrogen tank now, which is being filled up with a ton of ice. That is probably should be in that container as well, I think. Yeah, there we go. I went on a huge mining trip, got some actually cobalt was from the first trip, but mainly got iron and ice from that mining trip, so now I should have lots and lots of components easily accessible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, today I'm trying something new since my capture card has been acting up so much lately. What I'm trying right now is I'm trying to record over OBS, which I normally use for streaming. I really never used it for recording, or as far as I can remember at least. So I hope this is going well. It looks okay, and the biggest problem that I'm going to have, because I don't really know OBS to be honest, is probably the fact that my capture card, when I record a video, it neatly splits up the game sound and my voice into two different audio files, which makes it very easily to just make the game a bit more quieter, because right now I think the game is actually really loud, so let me just fix that real quick. Hold on. There we go. I hope it's better now. Yeah, as far as I know, with OBS, I haven't really looked into it that much, but I believe that it's not possible to you know, make singular audio tracks, or maybe it is and I have to configure it correctly. So I'll have to look that up later, but right now I don't really have the time, honestly, so I really hope it's gonna look okay. Look and sound. The look is most important, but the sound is obviously also kind of important. If it, you know, I don't want the game sound to be overpowering, really. Oh gee. Bye. Okay then. So yeah, I'm just trying to get all of these components now. You know, just get rid of all the what's it called? All the rest here, because there's still a lot of components hidden in that in these few components, in these few items up here. I mean, the large containers and so on, they are full of useful components, so we'll get all of these, of course. There we go. Beautiful.
Inventory full.
Ah, gee. I really should, like, get a grinder ship, you know? Well, to be fair, now I don't have another ship anymore, but that I can grind down. But if we capture another ship ever again, I'll probably just get a grinder ship and just, you know, take it apart that way. It's gonna be a lot easier, for sure.
Inventory full.
Ah, that's annoying. But yeah, well, I really want to do this right now, because otherwise this is gonna be a bit annoying if that ship always hangs around here. Doesn't need to be that way. And then I have to think what I need to do next. I'm not 100% sure what the next step is. There's a few things we can do. I mean, technically we can go and mine some other materials. There's a weird pirate station, although we would have to kind of figure out in which direction it lies. you know? Which is kind of difficult. Oh Jesus, I just completely lost my train of thought there. For a second there I didn't know where I was going. So yeah, I don't know. Right now, maybe I should actually improve the ship a bit more. I think I said I wanted to, on the stream, I wanted to kind of hide away the whole sorter box thingy. Because right now it looks a bit weird, ugly, a bit blocky, a bit huge. So I might do that as well. We'll see. And yeah, again, this is kind of a test recording for OBS because at this point I cannot deal with this capture card anymore. It has served me very well and I'd like to get a new one, but I have no idea. I thought they were, at least when I bought this one back in the day, was kind of expensive, so I would imagine they're not cheap either today. Maybe around Christmas I'll have the budget for that. We'll see. There's actually a lot of things I would like to get, but I think because the thing is, with this capture card I made a lot of good experiences, but lately it has just been terrible. And I did all the updates, you know, I updated drivers and all that stuff, and that didn't fix anything, so I have the feeling this thing is just too old. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 6-7 years old at this point? I don't know. I always treated it nicely, so to my knowledge, I never dropped it, I never hit it in some way, so I don't know. Maybe it's just really just getting old at this point. I cannot tell, to be honest. But, you know, right now I just have to work around that fact. And yeah, you can see there's a bit of sparks going on. When I docked this thing to the station automatically transported ammo into the Gatling turret, and it started to shoot the wreck. And yeah, was a bit awkward. I didn't realize that I should have turned off the minigun before I docked. But hey, it was the best test to see that the system works. So wait, oh yeah, I wanted to recharge energy. Of course. And now we shouldn't need to go to any of the other ice asteroids ever again, at least for a long time, to get that hydrogen, because right now it is filling up the hydrogen tank with all that ice, and we're gonna have a lot of ice left over, I believe. So yeah, you see, it's filling up, and if that thing is full, that will, you know, that would last us for a long time. Oh well. Oh yeah, there was actually a little update today. I just saw that. Not a big one, just a minor update with fixes. I actually have them open on my second screen here. There's just 2 changes. One of which I find really funny, because I can kind of imagine what happened there. They say increase safe zone activation time to 120 seconds from 30 seconds. And what I believe the reason is for that, maybe I'm wrong, but if I had to guess, then it would be that probably the community figured out a way to weaponize safe zones, and this activation time delay, the big one, will basically deter you from doing that. Because if I know the Space Engineers community, then they definitely know how to weaponize things that were not meant to be weaponized. They managed to do that with everything, you know? Back in the day when gravity cannons were really big, I mean, they nerfed them a bit, but my god, that was like the first thing, like, oh, we have a gravity generator. Oh, we can drop ores into space. Huh, I wonder if we can lob them at enemy ships. Bam, the gravity cannon was born. And not just that, like, generally, the Space Engineers community is one of the most creative people I've ever seen. It is so great. Generally, a lot of these, like, block-based survival games. Minecraft was the same way. There was always people doing things that you could never have imagined doing. You know, these absolutely creative minds that look at this game with completely different set of eyes, and they just see possibilities everywhere. You know what I mean? It is really cool to see that. That's why I love this game so much. Well, that and it is kind of like my childhood Lego fantasy in game form, really. So, I mean, I still have Legos actually. I still have those from my childhood. I'm kind of saving them up for the maybe soon. Well, I shouldn't say soon, but for the maybe eventual child that we are gonna have maybe at one point. You know, that was always my thought. I need to save these because if I ever will have a child, then he will have tons of fun with that, or at least I hope. Who knows? Maybe children of the future, maybe even children of this generation don't even know what Legos are anymore. I don't know. Maybe they're just interested in smartphones today. Who can blame them? They're fucking amazing. If I had a smartphone when I was a child, and they were coming around, you know, when I was like 16, 14, something like that. That's where the smartphones, at least in my memory, started to come around. If they were around when I was like 8 or so, Jesus, I would never have gotten my eyes off of those things. I mean, I can understand the young folk. Jesus, I'm sounding really old today. Oh, these young folks with their iPhones, with their screens of touching. Fools! We read newspapers back in the day. No, actually, we didn't. Oh, well, yeah, we kind of did. There was like, in Switzerland, there's like a free newspaper. Actually, there's a few of them that gets put into these boxes all around like major public places, you know, like train stations and stuff. And they're basically like morning news and stuff like that. But I don't know, they're kind of... It's always kind of, these news sources are a bit, not unreputable, but they are a bit weird sometimes, you know. Sometimes the journalistic quality is not all that much. But that was the thing that everybody read back in the day. That's just... If you would go on a train, you would see everybody with these newspapers, and now it shifted to phones. I mean, there's the... Instead of the newspapers, now they look at the app of that newspaper on the phone. That's just the revolution of that, but, yeah. I just remember the good old days. Another sign that I'm getting old, I think. Sometimes I really have these, like, flashbacks, like, back in the day! It's kind of funny. Because, you know, I think there's a lot of people are like this when they are young. They were like, oh, I never be like that. I never will utter this sentence. Oh, in my time everything was better. Oh, you will. Believe me, you will. At one point, you will. And even if it's just to spite people, you will do it. You know, if somebody tells you something is great, you're like, no, it's shit. Everything today is shit. You have no idea, you young... idiot. You know, it's just like that. It's sometimes it happens and you won't even realize it. It's super funny to me. Oh, man. Alright, we're almost done here. Now we just need to get rid of these giant boxes and then we're done. And I mean, look at all our components here. Now we even got motors and stuff like that. Beautiful. And I think I'm actually now quite friendly with the space pirates, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not friendly, but neutral and almost at 0 reputation, which is the halfway point. I believe. Let me check this real quick. Space pirates. Minus 41, so I'm just a little bit more. And with these guys, I think, yeah, I'm done. Minus that, it doesn't even show the bar anymore. There's no more stepping back. Unless they did some shoddy programming, and if I get another -1, I will start at the max again. Which is incidentally what happens in some games, which leads to hilarious things. If you ever have seen the Civilization meme of Gandhi nuking people, that's exactly what happened there. If you ever ask yourself why that is a thing. It was one of the first Civilization games where they had like stats for every leader, like likelihoods, what the AI would do to you. And Gandhi had like a chance to nuke of like 0 or something. And there was I'm not sure if it was a technology or something that basically reduced that chance by a certain amount, right? And what happened with Gandhi is it would go into the minus, and then it would kind of view this as maximum chance. It basically, you know, it overflowed and then it started at the beginning again. So, yeah, that's how that came to be. I always find that funny. Oh, back in the day, glitches were fun, weren't they? I mean, there are some really iconic glitches. If I remember back to childhood. I mean, the whole Pokemon missing note thingy. That was just that's legendary in my mind. There's, you know, today glitches are either embarrassing or really annoying for the most part. Back then, glitches were a mystical thing somehow. It was really, really weird. I don't know. I cannot really remember any glitches in the recent time where I was like, oh, that's interesting. Most of the time I'm like, yeah, that's fucking dumb. You should have caught that. I don't know, maybe I was more... Generally, people were more forgiving back in the day, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, now we're just gonna make a hull of some sort around this thing. I don't wanna encase the cargo container, because I want to be able to access this from the outside, basically. But I just wanna, you know, kinda encase the whole sorter system, because that kinda looks ugly to me. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. There we go. Okay, let me think about this. So, we'll put this up. Oh Jesus, my mouse is all... There's a lot of equipment actually lately that is needs to be replaced. My mouse is kind of weird. Sometimes my click becomes a double click for no apparent reason. If you have seen my headphones, they're kind of like... Hold on. They're kind of like disintegrating on me. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are wearing out on me at the moment. It's kind of annoying, but you know. These things, they were not made to last. Because if companies would make things that lasted, they would not make profit. There's some comedian that does some really dark joke about this. Like, oh, what was that? Something about the man that sells rape whistles kinda hopes in secret that the rape rate doesn't go down. Something like that. It's something along those lines. And that's exactly that, right? At least with products like, you know, hardware and stuff. It's like, there's a word for it. Or a phrase. Planned obsolescence, I think. That you deliberately make things that are not as sturdy as they could be. Because you want to sell, you know, new... basically you want to make that the things, they last for a certain time and then they break and they have to buy new things. You know? So, yeah. Maybe that's where this whole thing about the unbreakable Nokia phones of the past came from. Because I guess back in the day they weren't thinking about these things and they were just making things as good as they can. You know, as sturdy as they can. And these, all the phones that I had before smartphones came along, I cannot remember any of them breaking. I all replaced them because they became obsolete, you know, in some sense. You know, the first phone that I had was pretty good, and then basically what happened is I replaced it because there was a phone where you could listen to music or something like that. And then it just, you know, I just got better phones. Right now, whenever I have to replace my phone, it's basically because something doesn't work anymore. Right now my phone has the headphone jack, because I'm still somebody who uses headphone jacks. So yeah, that's why I really hate Apple at this point. I always had an iPhone, but recently I had to buy the older iPhones. I don't know which one is the last one with the jack still on there. But as long as that is around, I will buy that. And if that is not around, I'll have to look around for another phone with a freaking headphone jack. But yeah, right now that one is like weird. So, you know, the cable is kind of loose in it. So sometimes you'll only get like sound on one side of your headphones and not on the other. It's super annoying. And yeah, I'm pretty sure these things could be fixed, but then, well, for one, the prices would go up, and two, that would not be in their best business interest, I suppose. It's not fair, this world, isn't it? Jesus, I'm talking a lot today. I don't know what's up today. Oh boy. But I think so far the recording, at least it looks okay. I believe. It's kind of weird because on the recording, the capture card, the preview is very delayed, like at least 1-2 seconds delayed, sometimes more. So, for example, if I turn my head, I will see myself on the second screen turning my head. And on OBS, it's kind of instantaneously. So this is really weird because I'm looking over to see if I see a movement, and I don't, because the movement already, you know, happened on the previous. It's super weird. I have to kind of get used to this. If it works, we'll see actually if that really works, this whole OBS recording thingy. There we go. Get a big pile of armor blocks around it. Hide it a little bit, yeah? Something like that. And then we'll just put some... let me think here. Yeah, we'll just put a big... Oh, see, there. Double click. By mistake. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you know what? Actually, there will be a slope here. That makes more sense, right? And then we can kind of round it all off, and it will all be a big, nice, rounded off box. Yeah, that will be fine. That will work. There we go. Yes. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay. Yeah, let's just weld that all real quick. How long have I been recording? 21 minutes. Okay. Okie dokie. I have to see if we get to something else today. Oh, darkness has fallen. Oh no, that was actually just a meteor. That's kind of cool. That was a meteor eclipse. If that word exists. If that makes sense. You know what? I actually need to make some steel plates. What are we missing? Oh, apparently we're missing nickel. Okay. So I think this will be our next goal then. Get some nickel with that thing. Because if we get once to go get nickel with that thing, we'll have enough for a few episodes. Let's put it that way. There will be plenty. This is... you know, right now I'm really feeling quite nicely with... quite well with all these things we have going right now. You know, the modules are finished. The infrastructure is all set up perfectly. We got a mining ship. Now is actually the time where I should kind of go into bigger projects, I think. So, if you have an idea what I should build, if you have like a wish for what I should build, you can leave that in the comments. I will take a look at it. I'm sure you're all very creative and such. So, and if nobody has an idea, I will figure something out. There's a lot of things that I thought would be interesting to do. Something like, I think there's a few people that done that already. You know, take like everyday household objects and basically turn them into spaceships. Because a lot of like inspiration can come from that, you know? Like take a toothbrush or something and then try to make that form as a spaceship and make it look cool. You know, that's kind of, it is kind of a challenge, but you also have like a direction where you can go in, so it's also something for people who are not necessarily creative, because for sure there are also people playing Space Engineers who do not like to design ships, because, you know, everything I do comes out blocky like that. You know, the kind of people that would build the mud hut in Minecraft every time. Every time they build something, it looked like the first the square mud hut. There are people like that, and that's okay. These people have other talents. But you know, sometimes you really have to do these simple things, and you figure out that, hey, I can do this too. You know, sometimes you just need a little push in the right direction, and you'll figure it out. Sometimes it's that simple. Alright. Now we at least have placed everything down. Yes. You know what is kind of sad is that now we would have all the components to make like gravity generators, but now there's no more drones attacking us, because I really wanted to see that. You know, shooting a drones to bits and then the parts that are flying towards us suddenly get pulled down into like a trench or something. I really would have loved to see that, but yeah. We killed the pirates off too early, I believe. And now we're friends with them. What have I done? How does this quote go? You either see yourself be the villain, or you will... No, you're either the hero, or you will see yourself become the villain. Something along those lines, yeah? I think we are the villain at this point. We're robbing random ships and making them our own. Privateering, I think, is the no, pirating, I believe. The privateering is probably if I would do it for an official government under neutral flags. That is privateering, isn't it? We never... Sometimes I get like some tidbits of like history and knowledge on certain videos I watch, but Jesus, I never remember all of it. But I think that is the difference, right? Pirating is like a private venture, and privateering is a funded operation, so to speak. You're allowed to do it. Well, you're allowed to be a criminal, something like that. You can call it what you want, it's fun. Doesn't matter. We are space pirates. Swiss space pirates. Neutral space pirates. Ooh, unknown signal. Oh, that's just a drone. Do we want to go and check out a drone? Just in case. I mean, we're almost finished anyway, so... We're gonna be short a few plates. Oh no, we are not. Ah, cool. Okay, cool. So the sorting mechanism is now hidden behind this convenient box. We still got access to our container here. Very nice. I think that works. Let me park this a bit better. That's embarrassing. I cannot even park correctly. Jesus. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, let me check out the drone. No, not the drone. It's an unknown signal. Let's go! I wonder what this could be. There were actually, during the stream, there were a few ships flying by, but I was too busy to really capture them. Maybe the next time something neutral flies by, I will try to get it. Oh yeah, also, the assailant is gone. For some reason. During the stream, suddenly it despawned. I'm not sure why. Because I actually wanted to make an attack ship to go and blow it up, because by hand it was kind of difficult, even though it was only equipped with interior turrets, but still. And then when I was just about to start making it, it despawned. It just vanished from the face of the space. The face of the space. The face of space! What do we get? Oh, do I need to click OK? Oh, yeah. Rainbow grinder! Yay! There we go. I'll get the cargo container. Hold on. What do you give me today? Oh, some space credits. Yes. Very good. Yeah, just get a bit more components. There we go. Okay. Where's my base? Oh, I think that's it, right? Yeah. Good, let's go back. And I think then we're gonna start to quit it. We're starting to quit, that's right. We'll have to figure out what we need to do now. I think some big project. For sure, I need to go and get some nickel. I probably will do that on the next stream. Get some nickel. And then it would be kind of cool to start a big project. Something we can steadily work on, you know. And then a big project obviously brings in more smaller project like welder ships and stuff like that. Oh, I could also completely disassemble my rocket now, couldn't I? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not really needed anymore for nothing, so... Yeah, it's time to get rid of this old dinosaur over here. You served me very well, I have to say. Even when you were almost destroyed, you served me as a recharge station. You will always be remembered as the pioneering ship that brought me into space. Alright, do we have anything? Oh yeah, we still have stuff in here that I never moved over because of constraints in the inventory. I think now we should have more than enough inventory, even now with so much stuff. Yeah, easily. We're not even in the 100,000s yet. Sweet. Also, let me get this into my bank account. Yes. There we go. Can we? It would be kind of useful to just be able to like double click it to deposit, but yeah, you know. Let's see, 724. Deposit that shot. There we go. Thank you. There's the rocket. Let's see if we can get all of that out of there. Get all that debris out of the way, so to speak. Ah, gee. Okay. That will take a while. But then we're clean. Then we got everything in order. Everything is organized. That's what I like, you know? I like being organized. It's a good thing to be. Well, you wouldn't know by looking behind me. My actions betray my words at this point, but you know what I mean. Also, if you would see my desktop, you would kindly disagree with my statement, I think. Good, that was empty. Okay.
Inventory full.
Right, let me get one more trip over here, and then we should be able to get all of it in one go. Unless there's a lot of items in the cockpit for some reason, which I'm not sure, to be honest, what I still have hidden away in there. Oh yeah, there's obviously the antenna. That... Oh, there's one more. No? Oh, no. Yeah, okay.
Inventory full.
Oh, gee. Okay, I got more stuff in there. Damn it! Fine. Here we go. Well, you know what? I'm also going to start production of 10,000 steel plates. I think we can afford that. Now, while we're doing stuff, at least our factory will be busy. You always should make sure your facilities are busy with something, right?
Inventory full.
Oh, gee, really? So much stuff? Come on. I wasn't aware that I had that much items left in these inventories. Gee. What is it even that takes so much space away? Probably launch tubes again. Can we even find the rest now? Oh yeah, over here. The last remnants of our space exploration effort, the first one. Oh gee! Oh, you know what's actually good? You cannot see, there's a nice little, you know, the Windows update messages that always come at the most inconvenient times. Hey, we installed an update right now. You need to restart. You need to quit everything you're doing. Restart now. You know, it's like, like freaking. I would love these messages if they were read in like an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of voice. You need to restart now. Do it now. Ah. All right. I will do as my computer has told me right now. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully this recording was good. So take care.